Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Olá, bom dia, alegria, Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the live stream, the podcast, and the wrong intro sequence. Again, is that the second time this week? I was pretty poor, actually, Carl, I have to say. And Matty probably on my case as well, because I'm a bit late starting this morning. But that's because I have been downloading all manner of wonderful things to share with you. Colin joining us. Yes, it's the Good Motoring or Go Motoring Portugal segment this morning with Colin at around 8:30. Actually, I will redo the opening sequence as if nothing ever happened. Yeah, pictures from Bill and Marcus as well. PT Country Bear is here, everyone. Bon dia alegria. And mention of their new real estate service as well in central Portugal. Nice to be reminded of that as I was having a look at the pictures over at the Portugal Club, which are now up. By the way, there, Bill. So they're up, and Marcus, they're up on the Portugal Club. So I'll come back to those. News in your area of a new IKEA as well. It would appear that came in. Was that Neil who mentioned that to me? Quite a few different things to mention. Music from the Peakles as well. A mystery object for you to help out with as well. All sorts of things actually that I've downloaded and actually I can't recognize what they are. So we'll take some risks as well and put some things up on the screen, not knowing quite what they are this morning. But anyway, we shall see, including this. What's this? Learn Qigong. Okay, that's good. That's Jeremy, of course, who I'll be speaking to later on for the Resident podcast. Nice one. Yeah, an in-person and in real life, a Learn Qigong session now, 3rd of March to the 30th of June, and a rather excellent monthly fee. Great value there for a lifelong discipline that you can learn with Jeremy. De-stress with the ancient Chinese soft martial art of Qigong, Chinese yoga, aka Chinese yoga, at the wonderful Casa de Cultura here in San Martino de Porto. Other images from San Martino de Porto, because of course yesterday it was the international lunch at the Storytellers. Really nice to be back there. I hadn't been to that for quite a while. I met with Astrid from Expats Portugal and Sarah. Great picture of Sarah in her natural environment, nestling among wine glasses at lunchtime yesterday. Yeah, a Peakles gig coming up, Beatles tribute act. It was a fundraiser actually over there in where the Communities Unite action began. Capalleira. I think I've got that as well. Is that the one? Yes, it is. Fantastic. We shall come back to that. Still got some wintry congestion. I'm so sorry to be sharing that with you on the screen this morning. Whoop, whoop, meatballs. Okay, right. Yes. I thought you were referring to your buyer's agency there. No, Coimbra. Coimbra. Apparently, I saw the other day that the meatballs are made from people who get lost in the store. I sincerely hope that's not true. It can't be true, can it? Was it Neil? Neil, was it you that sent me the image for the possible new IKEA site in Coimbra? Bom dia, says Neil. E boa sorte a todos os que vão fazer o teste PLA. Oh, language. Okay, B2 em Pombeiro de Beira esta tarde. Well, you have good luck. Boa sorte to you. Yeah, for sure. With your, is it a test? It's your test, isn't it? Okay, tell us what that's like. If you could tell us tomorrow, if you could report back tomorrow on what that was like for others doing the B2 test, that'd be awesome. Good to see you, Matty, Helen, Pete, Jackie, Sarah, Team Yemen, Coach Turner, and who else is there? T-Duck is here as well, alongside PT Country Bear, Marcus as well. So we'll come back to all of you with your longer greetings in just a moment. I need to finish my tea amidst all the uploading of images. I want to make sure I've got all the images I meant to put up. And in the meantime, I've got a little bit of a video for you. Part of yesterday's fun. It was a busy day yesterday. Part of yesterday's fun was going
this
over
place,
to
Benecar, is extraordinary. If I spin around like this, it's not obvious, is it, that I'm in a car showroom? It looks like I'm in an airport or a hotel, an art gallery. It's quite the design, isn't it, in here, the interior design. But look, there are cars here. And if we walk down Rua Michael Schumacher, You might be able to see that behind me. Backwards. Let's go down Rua Michael Schumacher together. What a place. Love the design here. And 2,000 cars, I believe. Let's go and have a look over here. I think we're walking towards the Ayrton Senna Museum. Extraordinary, huh? So if you need a little bit of help choosing amongst all these vehicles, Colin can help. Oh, look, come and have a look at these. These are things of beauty here. That's a beautiful old Fiat right there. And look behind me here at these other beauties. Let's go and have a look. I'm going to put the camera around the other way so you can look. A Messerschmitt. BMW Isetta. That's the main road outside. And some Carmen gear footage that you can see there. And the actual car itself. What a beauty, huh? Convertible as well. And this beautiful Mercedes convertible here. Sorry, it's backlit, but you can see the lines. You can see the lines. There you go. That are lighting there on the Mercedes, and now a Porsche. And a Mini 1100. I think I've been in one much like this as a teenager with 4 other mates, I think. Wow. Little baby Fiat there, an early Fiat 500, and a Renault 4, a very early Renault 4, the Joaninha, it's known as here in Portugal. And an incredible Fiat 600. That's wonderful, isn't it? And then behind it, is it called a fried out combi? Beautiful. Split screen, old, 1965. It was a very good year with a surfboard on top. What a place. Like, even if you don't like cars, it's quite striking. I'm not that bothered about cars, but I love coming here and seeing all the amazing old vehicles as much as anything. Modern cars, they all look similar, don't they? But they've got a fantastic range here. And the thing about Benecar seems to be that it's a bit of a, dare I say, a cult. That once people have bought a car from here, they're converted by the excellent after-sales service. So they only buy vehicles that they know they can sell with security and assurance and safety, so that they can give a good guarantee after you've bought the car, and a great after-sales service as well. So I think I'm going to walk down the red carpet.
How cool is that? Oh, look, we've got a green screen here. This is weird, isn't it? I turned my microphone and camera off for that. And I hope so. So I hope you could hear the sound. And then I've killed off my green screen at the back. Let's bring back Salgado. Much more interesting than a green sheet. Okay. All right. Well, that doesn't seem to be working. Oh, dear. That's not very good, StreamYard. Okay, I'll get rid of the video. And yes, I must send the link over to Colin as well and tell him to join us at 8:30 this morning. Okay, 8:30, please. Só faz favor. His Portuguese isn't brilliant. I wonder if he'll understand what I'm saying there. But anyway, yeah, Colin will be along. And in the meantime, I'll try and sort out my green screen here. Oh dear, whatever I seem to be clicking on in the background, it doesn't seem to be entirely happy. So we're going to go with green. We're going to go with green and see how you're doing this morning. Matty was in, probably wondering why I hadn't started at 2 minutes past 8 this morning. Bom dia, alegria a todos e feliz quinta-feira. Quinta today, everybody. Bon dia to you, Matty, and to you, Helen. Misty morning. Photographer's dream conditions. but I'm such an addicted gumper now. I'm ignoring it. Oh no, we're not getting between you and your photography, are we? You can always watch the replay, but it's nice to have you here in real time, Helen. Yes, there is a beautiful blue sky in Central as well. It's going to be a beautiful day, I think, isn't it, in Portugal? Bon dia gumpers, a lovely green sky like mine behind me. Bon dia, Sarah. Morning, Welsh Jackie. How are you? Bon dia gumpers, you say, and bon dia, Team Yeoman and Sarah as well. Mel's here. Thank you, Mel, for that water testing kit. That's going to go into our prepping resources. And Mike was reiterating his offer as the experienced firefighter and rescue man. He was a little bit concerned about some of the. It wasn't advice; it was an opinion by Natasha about what to do in an earthquake. I think we'll get him on to give us a bit of an earthquake update. Actually, he was a little bit shocked by what Natasha's response was to being in an earthquake. Great to see you yesterday, Mike, by the way. Bon dia todos. Feliz Quinta, off to that London this morning to join some old friends for lunch. How lovely. No sign of rain yet. That's one of the lovely aspects of retirement, isn't it? Is meeting people for lunch who maybe you haven't seen for a while and maybe who you used to hang out with long before retirement. Sounds lovely, Ian. We're off to Spain for tapas. Check you lot out. Fantastic. Living the dream. Very overcast here, says Mel, but us guys were very stripy the past few days, so not surprising. Loads more chat and discussion about this on social media, which I think is going to be a good thing. Let's get to the bottom of it. Looking forward to hearing Rugby Colin's dulcet tones. He'll be along presently. Bon dia Alegria Gumpers from T-Duck as well. And Marcus, Bon dia Alegria as well. Morning to you, T-Duck, Marcus. Bill, good morning to you. Excuses. They are like what they are like. Everyone has one and they all stink. Is that about me being late, Matty? That is my 2 minutes, man. You're in Portugal. Come on, relax. That is what my baseball coach always said when when one was late for practice. Okay. Tough love from the coach there via Matty. Bon dia Gumpers, great lunch at the Storytellers yesterday. It was great, Mike, to see you. It wasn't meatballs. I can show you actually what I had. Did you have the meat or the fish, Mike? I had the fish, the cod. Black cod, I think it was called. It was really nice on a puree here. Very delicious. And I think it was cod, bacalhau, basically, in miso. I'm often put off by the idea of miso in recipes. It just often, maybe I haven't had the right or good miso, but it just tastes like dishwater so often, doesn't it, as a miso soup? Maybe it's just meant to be a little bit of a palate cleanser to go alongside other tasty things, but miso doesn't necessarily attract me to food, but it did on this. Well, it wasn't on this occasion. It was the cod, which happened to be done with miso, as I recall. Anyway, a tangle of cabbage there, really delicious. Sadly, I was too far into my starter before I took the photograph and ruined Marco's composition on the plate. But that was a burrata with a watercress syrup, possibly, and it had grapes and some other fruit on there, some sort of charred fruit on the grill, I think. That was delicious. A cheesy starter there. Very good. And a really lovely pineapple. Pineapple was done on the griddle as well. Warm pineapple with a creamy, I'm not sure what it was actually, but it was delicious. And here's Sarah. Now, I had an embarrassing moment. You may have heard a few bodily noises whilst that film was on, because I think my mic was open, me coughing in the background. I had a little bit of a coughing accident here. I'm sat here opposite Sarah. Marco was to my left, and new friends Dora and Pedro. Picture the scene here. And don't they chill the wine to perfection at the Storytellers? I love seeing the frosted condensation on the wine glasses there. They really know how to present things. I really enjoyed yesterday's lunch and hanging out with friends old and new. New friends Dora and Pedro. Then Marco said something. I took a sip of wine. I don't think it was especially funny, but the wine went down the wrong way, and I coughed. You may not want to hear this at breakfast time, but it went down the wrong way. My body's instant autonomic response was to expel the wine from my windpipe, which I did. And I happened to be sat in very bright sunshine. And apparently I was surrounded by an aura of misted wine as my fellow diners took cover. It was so embarrassing. Marco was very cool about it. He said, this is just what happens when you get old. Thanks, Marco. Great lunch. Really, really enjoyed that. Fantastic. And yeah, did a bit of filming with Sarah as well. So expect that soon too. Oh, and tonight, yeah, Expats Portugal webinar with Hoban Assets and personal finance, wealth management, and a premium lounge tonight, where we'll be talking about the new president. I did a fact file on the new president, and that will be up as Carl's column soon. Sorry, we've got a green screen this morning, and I really don't know what to do about it. I guess I can just not have one because it ain't happening. I could press the enhance skin appearance button. Shall I give myself a nice insta finish and see what happens there? What happens if I push? Yes, T-Duck, buttons are not toys, but they are to me. I'm giving it a go. Don't think anything's happening with my enhanced skin appearance. No, nothing. And now I can't turn it off. What is going on with? So I'm going to have enhanced skin appearance. look like a pop star who spent too much time in a health farm, perhaps. Who else is here this morning? João Ernesto's just turned up, and Andeiro, and Barak as well. Hola, bon dia from Lord and Lady Travanca. Who doesn't like a hot tub first thing in the morning? Oh, is that what you're doing this morning? Nice one. Hola, bon dia, Malta from Andeiro, the Porky Feet. Good to see you, mate. And João Ernesto, bon dia, Portugal. I said there is a limit to what technology. Thanks, Pete. And miso is massively good for the gut. Oh, microbiome, massively good for the gut but the inside, not the outside, which apparently is the source of all of our good or bad health. I totally agree. Oh, I did have a bit of an assault. Oh, morning Gemini as well. And Paul in the Algarve. Morning, Playmates. Algarve back to normal, 22 degrees. That's what you move there for, isn't it? Blue sky and sunshine. Great to see you. That road, I'm not sure if I should read that or not, Pete. Should always check. What was I just about to say? Oh, yes, I had an assault on my microbiome last night at around, I think it was 7:30, 8 o'clock. I went to see Anna and Ricardo. Excuse me, went to see Anna. Is that my gut microbiome speaking? Went to see Anna and Ricardo at Baia Cultural about the new quiz that I'm going to be doing there. A little bit of food, wine, culture, history, and a music round we've decided. And that will start in March, on the 10th of March. And you'll be able to buy a table soon. Not literally buy a table, but that's how it's going to work. You and 3 or 4 others possibly will have your table for the evening for the quiz. Drinks and snacks will be served as we do our first Portugal Club quiz at Baia Cultural. But there's a great bloke there. They were having a nice little socialise ahead of the service last night. And I met the wonderful Paulo, who said, get this man a Moreno de Boi. Do you know what that is? The Portuguese drink that is Moreno de Boi. My volume level is low. Let me do something about that. How about that? I've turned it up a bit now. T-Dot, thank you. I'm going to turn my headphones down. Okay. I think that should be better. And or maybe there's a setting at the back. But anyway, Moreno de Boi, the base of it is a stout and not a Sagres or Superbox stout, but it sounds a bit distorted now, actually. It was a coral stout. That's the beer makers from Madeira, I think. So it was a coral stout. And he said the first drag, did he say? The first drag is great, but the second is even better. So he said, go on, have a swig of that. And it tasted creamy as stout might. And I couldn't quite figure out what it was floating in the Moreno de Boi. Turns out it's a maceira, an aguardente floating on a stout. It was indeed a surprising and creamy, the first sip, and the second sip was good, a good old slug of that. And I really enjoyed that, I have to say. A new drink to me, a Moreno de Boi here. Turn your sound up, T-Duck. It's fine. It's like Gumpers helping Gumpers with the levels this morning. Thank you very much, everyone. Adrian's here as well. Look, 22 more conselhos, local government municipalities promised extra help, but more continuing to ask for it without any contact from the government yet, according to the Bom Dia Portugal news program. What is the Bom Dia? Oh, as in the Bom Dia Portugal news program on Portuguese television. Very good. Okay. Yes, suddenly lots of T-Duck does know what he's talking about when it comes to sound. He is top producer T-Duck, by the way. Right, what else have we got behind the scenes as we await the arrival of Colin? Oh yeah, what I'll do is play the correct intro. Sorry I didn't get that right, Colin, although he probably didn't see that. He's in hair and makeup at the moment, I suspect, and didn't see my my mistake this morning introducing Barack again for the second time this week. No, we do have, I think this should be the correct video. So this is, check, the volume will be loud now. Check this out.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
That's better. That's Colin at Benecar, and he will explain himself as to why he is pointing at this car here. Have you seen this yet? This is pretty awesome. Sorry, that's a horrible low-res picture. The lighting conditions were pretty poor as we came out of Benecar last night. But that's the new Fiat Panda, which he'll tell us more about. Let's go over to the Portugal Club. Thank you, Bill and Marcus. Look, why you need a buyer's agent, that's their service. Their expert guidance and market knowledge, negotiation power, access to a wider range of properties with buyers, agents, Bill and Marcus, professional connections, access to legal advice. They know what they're doing over there in Central. Assistance with paperwork and contracts, coordinate key steps of the buying process. Thanks very much, chaps. And also for your lovely Carretos style pictures, not from Podence, from a different part of Portugal. Let's bring them onto the screen now. These Carnival pictures are from Entrudo, the Lajarin, near Lamego. Let's step through these. A lot of them. Thank you very much for sending me these. Much appreciated. It is the Carretos style, is it not? Northern Portugal, in these fabulous costumes where you have a bell around your waist as well and a stick for tapping the bottoms of people you fancy. These are superb, aren't they? Really good. And he looks a little bit worse for wear. That young man there must have been doing quite a lot of dancing and prancing in his Carretos style outfit. This looks like an old fella who used to be one of those younger guys back in the day, still donning his mask around town there. These really are fantastic. Wearing more than one cowbell. Talk about more cowbell right there in that picture. Sackcloth, cowbells, and a string of potpourri, that looks like. Is that dried meat to attract a mate? And that young child at the back there thinking, what on earth is that, mummy? That is that is a Carretos style dancer out for the Carnival a week or so ago in northern Portugal near Lamego. Really, really great images. Thank you very much for these, Bill and Marcus. That's a great outfit as well. That's a variation right there, is it not? That's a grumpy looking one right there. My goodness. Okay. In blue this time, in a nice sky blue and a kingly style as well. Lovely capturing of some local faces too there in these images. And there were so many, I had to add more in the comments as well. Look, there's another one with a somewhat scrotal chin. I can't describe it as anything other than, and I'm talking about the character on the left there for the purposes of clarification and not to cause offense, which I might have already done by even mentioning that. Very good. I'm guessing people would just reach out to you if they're looking for buyer's agency in central Portugal, or you're based in central Portugal. I suspect you can help others through the Keller Williams network as well. Well done, Bill and Marcus, and thank you for thinking of us whilst at that Carnival event there. See that at the Portugal Club, or if you want to add some of your own, we do have our own special entry on the Carretos, thanks to Philomena drawing that to our attention. So let me put the link to that into the chat for you should you want to add something of your own. A couple more images before we have Colin join us as well from the Silver Coast. He's a rhapsody in blue this morning. Some very nice lighting over at Colin's house this morning. What else have we got for you on the picture deck? Sorry about the green screen. The magic of show business collapsed in front of my very eyes, and I can't get the green screen back this morning. I might just give it one more try to let you know then here on the Silver Coast. And I think Colin mentioned these guys to me yesterday. Beatles tribute act, the Peakles, playing alongside the Four Horsemen, Voltaire and Jam Shack for the Associação MVC, where communities unite, where that all started out. And this is going to be a fundraiser, a storm relief fundraiser, because this isn't far from where you saw that blazing fruit production facility. And it was got friends over this way. And they were pretty badly hit, very exposed part up on the hills there above Obidos. So there's a fundraiser, and that should be a good afternoon out for everybody. But when it comes to preparedness, I don't know what's this. Is this particular stove specially modified for partying your way into the apocalypse? Thought that was rather good. Do you know what that is? Can you recognize that? Yes, and the news then that there may well be, as well as Qigong and the Peakles, upcoming soon. And I've lost my Coimbra, my IKEA picture. Where's that gone? What's going on with my tech behind the scenes? I thought I had a IKEA Coimbra picture here. Well, I don't appear to. You can enjoy a moment more than of the teaser flyer for the Peakles with the Four Horsemen, Voltaire and Jam Shack. When is that? That's the 22nd of March. Okay, you've got time to prepare. Get your dancing trousers back from the dry cleaners ahead of that. Superb. Okay, let's not keep him waiting any longer. I'm going to see if I can do anything about my green screen and play the proper intro music to bring Colin into the situation here to talk about the new Renault Clio, explain that picture of him with the Panda. And nice mug, Colin. And do you remember he caused a little bit of controversy with the donut battery as well, did he not, last time he was here? He's done a little bit more research into that, the donut battery. I'm going to refresh my screen, play the tune, and he'll be with us right after that. Okay, reload.
I can't hear you.
That's because I was muted, Colin. That's probably better now, is it not? Yeah. Okay.
You're having some problems this morning.
You'd think I'd be okay, I could do this by now, but
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and you sound like you're broadcasting from a a box as well. What's happening with your microphone there this morning? We'll do this. We'll do this properly one day.
It's a big room, and whilst my pad did say it was 70-odd%, when I plugged it in, ready for the show, it was 29. So I'm right by a charger. So.
You sound terrible, though. Have you got a microphone option? I think it's your microphone that's problem. I don't think it's necessarily being in a big room, actually. So I wonder if you can help us out with that. Oh, it's a gremlin. It's a gremlin. I think it's your mic. I think it's your mic, not your room. If you try a different one. Speak to us. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Nothing. Cup of tea. There's definitely something wrong with your mic. It would appear this morning, Colin.
Is that okay now?
No, it's not the room. It's the microphone itself, I think, or your input technology.
I shall log off and log back on.
He's going to log off. Doesn't like to first thing in the morning. Let's have a look at a few more. Are you actually inside a tin can? I can't understand, Colin. We have that problem anyway. But it made it especially more difficult this morning. Now it's louder. Now it's quiet again. Oh dear. Did you recognize many of those motors in my video, Paul? Breaking the rules. Bought a new car, first in 40 years. Amazing. Got great service from Car Class Portimao. Mind you, got more buttons than an aeroplane. What did you buy? We'd like to know. if you don't mind. Marcus highly recommends Lazarine, which specializes in those wooden masks that you saw in the images there. La Mega is also a great weekend trip if you want to explore some of the north and center. Yeah, and Nunu's he's broadcast to us from up that way as well. La Mega does sound very interesting. Be careful, Joao Ernesto, from Pete, with extra virgin olive oil. I must have missed the earlier comment. Oh, speaking, here we go. Okay. I missed out a whole lot of information, feedback from the team here. I also have another channel on. Its volume is down as low as possible. Carl is all the way up. The other channel is drowning out Carl. Oh, any other YouTube channel I check is much louder than Carl. Okay, we need to do something about that. Then we can't go wrong with beards. Just look at ZZ Top, says Matty. I think referring to Bill and Marcus. Speaking of the gut microbiome, a new Spanish study from the Universitat Rovira Virgili has revealed that extra virgin olive oil may also protect brain health. The study found, yeah, my kids were saying that as well yesterday. I think they were trying to insult each other by saying each other's brains were made of fat, but it's a true story, is it not? The study found that people who consumed extra virgin olive oil rather than normal refined olive oil had greater cognitive function as well as greater diversity in the gut biome. And no one need prove that this morning. We don't want to see those sort of pictures on 913-590-303. Yeah, thank you for that recommendation there, Marcus, as well. Hopefully the sound is better. Let's see if Colin is still inside his tin can. Let's have a listen to you again. Let's try your sound check, Colin.
How is that?
Terrible. Absolutely. I don't know what it is. Have you?
I can tell you what it is.
Go on.
We have no internet. We haven't had it since.
It's a miracle.
January.
Right.
So it's working off a dongle.
Well, yeah, but I think your sound. I think it's the microphone, not the broadband or the Wi-Fi or anything like that. What device are you using? Using a tablet?
It's the same one I've always used with you.
Really? And have you got any plug-in headphones with a different mic or something that we could try? Because it'd be lovely to talk to you this morning.
Have I?
And you're broadcasting from your new home, are you not? Which is also very nice.
Yes.
I think this will be the first time, won't it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. He's gone now as well. Yeah, thanks, T-Duck, on that. The video is fine, isn't it? And sound is garbled. I really don't think it's an issue with his. We've had worse connections, but better sound than that. His tablet is not happy in the mic department. It would appear there. Oh, well, let's have a look at, while we're waiting for him to get back on, let's go and have a look at the front page of The Resident. I'll be recording a Resident podcast with Jeremy, learning about his intentions with bringing Qigong to Portugal. You could try Starlink and maybe get a Tesla if you enjoy driving fast, no pollution, and seeing lots of wildlife. Thank you very much. I think you can see wildlife through the windows of other cars as well, to be fair. Is it a good time to buy a Tesla, Pete? With all the people putting stickers on saying things like, I bought this before Elon went mad, or actually getting rid of it because they disagree with his politics. Does that mean the Tesla market is a little more favorable? Can you get a Tesla bargain now because of the political aspects of what Elon's been up to and how people have some people have taken a dislike to him? We'll try Colin one more time and let's see what the sound is like. How is it now, Colin?
I've adjusted it. Is it better?
No discernible difference from your adjustment. We will continue nonetheless. We will continue. Let's see how we get on. Paul's got good news. He went to a dealer and bought a new car, by the sound of it, a Mercedes E300, the 4MATIC Estate Hybrid. That sounds like a nice motor. He says it's like an airplane inside.
Absolutely. They have a dash goes the whole way.
Oh, okay. Right, Paul, get up here to the Silver Coast. I want to have a little road trip with you around the bay at the very least and along the Atlantic Road in your new Merc. Sounds fantastic. Tesla prices are up a lot. I've been following them. That's interesting, isn't it? So perhaps the the intended consequence of people getting rid of their Teslas to spy Elon hasn't actually done that in the end. Other cars are not silent, so you don't get to see, for example, a mongoose inches away, an eagle or a civet, which I have seen all of in the last 3 days, or really surprised pedestrians who think, where the hell did you come from, Peter? I was just having a quiet walk along a country lane and no, there's a bloody car behind me, 6 inches away. That's what happens with electric cars, isn't it? Colin, what were you going to say?
I'm going to change to my mobile, so that's any better.
Yeah, a different device with a different would be awesome. So he'll be back on that. According to a University of Thessaloniki, did you do that on purpose to test my grasp of the Greek? Thessaloniki, I think I've been near there. At Peleokostritsas, isn't that not nearby? Study of about 2008 of the Orthodox monastics of Greece. Okay, careful with your monastics this morning. Published in The Guardian and Observer with dietary guide supplements, zero Alzheimer's amongst them. Does it mean you have to live the life of a monk in order to enjoy that health benefit there, Adrian? Correlation is not causation. I don't know. You have to weigh up, don't you? If sackcloth and monastic lifestyle and getting up at 4 every morning to read the Bible is an investment you're willing to make to avoid Alzheimer's. I suspect there are other approaches. Yeah, sorry, I like quieter cars than some, but I think these super quiet cars are so dangerous for pedestrians. I agree. I remember once crossing the main road with my dog or dogs one evening, and I'm pretty careful crossing the road, but suddenly there was some sort of quiet electric car near me, and he knew that I hadn't seen him, thank goodness. And do you know what my instant response was? I was quite cross that suddenly this car felt like crept up on me. Well, not crept, sped up on me and suddenly appeared from nowhere. And I happened to have a great big tree bush in my hand that I picked up that had fallen off a tree. I think I was going to use it for, I don't know, some sort of artistic or craft thing. I shook my tree at him through the window and walked on. But yeah, they need to have a sound chip inserted, don't we all? I think Colin does this morning, so that we know you're there. It is unnerving. I mean, what chance does a geriatric pedestrian have not hearing these coming along the street or in a situation where we have this unfortunate mix of pedestrians and quiet electric cars, which is a recipe for disaster, I think. Yeah, especially in the narrow streets of Portugal, as you say there, Mel. The cars are not dangerous. It's always the driver. Well said, sir. Well said. Okay, I think Colin agrees with that. Go motoring Portugal. Let's try again. And you're not actually live from the Portimão Autodromo this morning, are you? That's where we saw you last, I think.
Hello. Any better?
Colin, that sounds beautiful. And you look better as well. The camera resolution is better. The sound is better. So thank goodness for that. We got there in the end. How are you this morning? Tudo bem?
Excellent. Thank you.
Good. You sound great. You sound really good. Lovely to see you yesterday. By the way, we might start, might we not, with the car that you saw as we stepped out of Benecar last night.
Okay.
Which you were quite excited, weren't you, by the design of the car we saw? It was a new Fiat.
It certainly is. It's called the Grand Panda. They do still make the Panda as we know it and love it.
Yep.
But this is called the Grand Panda, and it is 100% electric.
Right. Okay.
But if you notice, what they did was they've used a lot of styling enhancements on the car with what I'm pointing out there, which probably isn't that clear in the picture, is that inside the metalwork, they have, through just underneath Benecar, is the actual name Panda.
Yeah, it's panel
pressed into the metalwork.
It's really good, really, really good. Looks great. And the more you look at this vehicle, the more you see the designers have had a field day. And it would appear, and I think you made this point yesterday while we were there, car designers now are not working so much under the hood, because the pans are pretty much very similar, and that's been settled in terms of performance. They're going to work on the exterior, aren't they, on the cosmetics of the vehicle, and they've done all sorts of lovely touches with Panda.
Yeah, I mean, because most car manufacturers now share platforms, and I mean, a company like Stellantis has 13 actual different makes under the one banner.
Yeah.
So if you're building a Jeep in America, or a Peugeot or a Fiat, Peugeot in France or a Fiat in Italy, you're using the same basic platform, and maybe even the same engines. A lot of things are very similar. So the only way you can make them different is in the feel that the engineers can put into the suspension and the drive ability of the car, or the styling.
Yes. Yeah.
So the styling becomes number one priority to make them look different. Otherwise, they'd just be one model for the whole world.
It does feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
A few narrow Portuguese roads and all of that embossing will disappear. that's a point. You have to be careful. And the lights were pretty awesome as well. A matrix of little LEDs. I noticed as well. Some really nice touches on that new. What sort of price are we looking at? Do you know on the new Fiat?
They start about 26.
Okay. Yeah, it was really good to be in Benecar yesterday. What an amazing spread! I particularly like the cafe. Had a nice abatonado and pudding. Sat there with you as we were waiting with some friends who were having a little look around there. Helen is interested in the Kia PV5. Planning to sell my car and my camper van, and to use the Kia for both. Yeah. You're a Kia fan, are you not? I think you like.
I'm a Kia fan. Yes.
Tell us more.
I like Kias. I like Hyundais. I'm not particularly keen on the dealerships, but
oh yes, that's
a different story.
It is. That's the dealership we went to one morning to pick up the car that they were going to lend us, and they told us, didn't they? Sorry, we can't do it today. You were pretty peeved.
Yeah. It only took a month to organise that.
Nope, sorry. we haven't got it right. The big donut controversy, and we're not talking about Atelier de Dos and getting in there and eating far too many, spiking your diabetes. We're talking about the battery that was on last time. Cynics, we know who you are, Pete and Matty. Oh no, it's some sort of crowdfunding scam. What have you found out since then? Since now and then?
Well, everybody thought it was too good to be true, because the big battery people like Keital, which is a Chinese company, still haven't been able to commercialize the solid-state battery. They have 26,000 people working on it, engineers. This little unknown company in Finland and Estonia have 9 engineers, and they seem to have this world-beating solid-state battery that's available now. So they sent one cell to an independent Finnish. Same happened here. They sent one cell to an independent testing facility in Finland called VTT, which came back and gave some results. But everybody's saying, well, those results are good, but by no means what the guy was saying about their particular battery. Now, they say it has no lithium in it, and it's all definitely has no lithium, but all the tests that come back are saying that it's exactly the same as a lithium battery. So I think what they're saying there about crowdfunding is probably right. It seems to be a way of being able to get the money into invest in this company. Okay. But lying is not the way to do it.
Right. Okay. So the rat that was
they have been. Well, the internet has been alive with people going on about this can't be possible, this cannot be possible, not from a small company like that. It's not possible. So this company after the CES, which was the big electric consumer show in Los Angeles, where they launched all this, because everybody was saying, well, this can't be possible, this company's not telling the truth. They have bought a website, or put up a website called I Do Not Believe. I do not believe. Do not
Very good.
believe.
Very good. We like that. We like
Yeah.
that.
And they have put this last test on, saying, look, we told you, but all the experts are saying this still seems to be crowdfunding. They're after money.
Yeah. Okay. So we still don't know for sure, but the company are holding their line and saying it is, we tell you.
No, but the interesting thing is, because of all this talk about it, Toyota are now saying they're very close with theirs. KTAL are saying they're close. BYD also, and there is another company in America that is very, very close. So everybody's saying we're close, we're close.
So a good thing that the consumer pressure may well be helping to
Yes.
keep the conversation going and alive. When you say KTEL, I'm assuming it wasn't this British company that disappeared and then came back to make batteries.
CATL.
Right.
KTEL.
Oh, look. Can we just dwell for a moment in the magical times of KTEL? Did you ever buy these at Woolworths, Colin?
Occasionally, yes. My biggest problem was my father had a radio and TV business, and he started off with records. And he put a record part in, and I kept thinking, right, LPs are great, but who wants to listen to the same music all the way through? So I came up with the idea, why don't they put on an LP different artists doing different things? Yeah.
And the compilation
I thought,
album
this is a great idea. Hey?
The compilation album was born.
This was way before. I would be about 12 at the time. And I thought, I get bored listening to an LP. Why isn't it all? But I didn't know how to do it. And then all of a sudden you get these, now, I don't know what they're called now 33 or now 69.
Now 322, I think we've got.
Yeah.
3,000.
So you'd have been sat here talking to a multi-millionaire.
If only you'd acted on it as a 12-year-old.
If I'd known how to do it, yes.
The mixtape and the compilation album, you're looking at the man who first had that idea, perhaps, Colin Ross-Jones. Now that's what I call crowdfunding. 26. Very good. Coach Turner was asking if your legs are okay. The pair of you were last seen together on the slopes of Italy. And he said you had been chosen. That's the other big news this morning. Donut Batteries and the new James Bond. The second Welshman in the role, apparently. Or do you not want to talk about this morning?
No, I can't talk about that.
Fair enough. Sorry to put you on the spot like that. And I'm really sorry if that's affected your chances now, because you've probably had to sign an NDA and all sorts until the big announcement.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, let's move on as if nothing ever happened about that and you being the new James Bond. The Kia PV5 does look really good, but Helen's having the same problem. Yes, Kia ignoring me. Do they not want to sell cars here? What is this about, Colin?
My job with car manufacturers was to go round the garages and make sure they are looking after the customer and selling our brands to the most effective way. And I was always hard on the salesmen because, they didn't follow up clients and that. And people would walk in the showroom and they pretend they're doing something different rather than going to say, just hello, I'm here if you want me,
Yeah.
But in Portugal, it's impossible. You have to force them off their desk and say, can you give me some information about the car? Yeah. Well, what do you want to know? Well, what do I want to know?
He remains disgusted.
It's incredibly frustrating that they just do not seem to want to. I don't know. they seem shy. And I mean, how can you have a salesman who's shy?
I don't know. Answers in the comments, please. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. It's cultural. It might be made worse by being a foreigner, not knowing how to do this properly. And one day we might discover that, in the way that Raquel was saying the other day on social media, you have to ask for your bill in a restaurant. Unless you ask, it ain't coming. And I like that, but it could be a bit frustrating if you're thinking any minute now they're going to bring me the bill. You have to ask for it. That's the culture here. And maybe there's something we're missing when it comes to cars. Our mate Rodrigo at Benecar's not like that, though. He was great yesterday, wasn't he? Lovely to see him.
No.
Right. Mel is saying, am I understanding this correctly? So propaganda through shade on a small company with new, better tech until the big ones develop theirs sounds fishy. There's a definite thing developing with the donut battery. Keep your eye on that. Donut Believe is the URL to take a look at. And before you talk about the Renault Clio this morning, blimey, Colin, they had compilation LPs back in the 1940s. So if you were 12, that makes you the best-looking 98-year-old I have ever seen. And that's why he's been chosen as the new Bond. The Portuguese salesman, do you want the car or not? You've got that. You were telling me, you were reminding me yesterday that you actually ordered a car, didn't you, and then cancelled it, and no one said what's wrong. They just said okay. Nobody responded. I just sent an email saying I'm sorry, but I've decided not to buy it. Never heard from him. Brilliant. Okay, Renault Clio. That's if you can get someone to sell you one. What's going on with the new Renault Clio?
Well, Renault have brought out their 6th generation of the Renault Clio. And like all cars, they've got bigger. So the next model up from the Clio was the Megane, although the Megane now isn't the Megane now is an SUV electric car, but before the Renault Megane was a hatchback. And the new Clio is now the size of the Megane. So the Super Mini has gone up one class above. Now, this could be because they're fighting against all the SUVs that are being sold. Or it could be that the car manufacturers have to put so much in the car these days that they have to fit it in, that the car has to get bigger.
Oh yeah.
But Ford decided not to use the not to keep producing the Fiesta, which was the best-selling small hatch particularly in the UK. But Renault, with their French highest sales for the Clio in France, have decided to continue with the Clio, even though the Renault 5 and the Renault 4 are selling like hotcakes.
Well, it's a pretty good move, isn't it? When you take a look at it, looks nice inside.
Well, it is, but it's expensive to do. And people say you don't make any money on the small cars, but as I say, the small car is getting bigger anyhow.
Yes.
And it has 29 driver aids, something that would send me balmy.
I think that's 28 more than you would normally require.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And do we know what they do? I mean, these are the screaming sirens and various alarms that go off.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Are there any new things on here that you would be happy to have on your car?
Well, to me, I mean, it's like yesterday, the car that our clients were looking at that parked itself. It's great, but parking's a challenge, and it's a challenge I like.
You're funny like that. Okay.
I've actually been clapped a lot of times by people on the side of the street for getting into a space that they didn't believe you could get into.
Yeah, breaking the laws of physics as you do it.
Yeah.
It's a sexy looking car. Oh, here are some of the things that you're going to need. How
Yeah,
not?
you've
That
got-
could be useful in Portugal, couldn't it? How not to drive into the back of the car in front. I think as well. Or cups. You could get cups as well. There's some important things here. I'm
Yeah.
not knocking it. Okay, beautiful website, sexy looking motor. Absolutely.
Oh
As
yeah,
you
yeah. They've redone the front. It's a little Aston Martin-ish a bit,
yeah.
in looks.
Nice styling, and you can't scroll through this website quickly. It takes you on little journeys of
Yes.
graphics and rather marvelous things. But that grille does look good. Nice
Does.
grille and an amazing looking car, and maintaining their position then by making the car bigger to stay in the small car market. According
Yes.
to your analysis, and according to your analysis there. There's something for you actually. I showed it yesterday that you might like today. Oh no, not that one. This one. My mate suddenly. Have you got any news on this? The mate who suddenly quit his job at BMW. He gave absolutely no indication. I thought you might like that, right? Renault Clio. Then. Any other motoring news, Colin? As we come up to 9 o'clock on this Thursday morning.
Well, there's plenty of things going on, but nothing really to share that's going to make a world of difference to my listeners here.
Okay, all right. And you'll be going to the electric car show soon. That's upcoming, isn't it?
That's May, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you may see Colin there. Last few comments then on what we've been talking about this morning. Yes, and silent cars that frighten the living bejeebers out of people on country lanes. And you agreed with that comment, didn't you? It's always the driver that's dangerous and not the car. Are quiet cars bad? What happens if you're looking left, right, left before crossing a road? You still can see them if you can't see them. Thanks, Matty.
No.
Many small towns don't have footpaths, so scares the crap out of you when a walker on the road finds a car hovering or speeding behind you. You can lose concentration while you're out having a lovely walk. Teslas do have a sound to warn people. That's Pete shouting out the window, get out of the way. Thankfully, me and Matty's models were the legislation, so we are absolutely silent. Absolutely silent are not two words that I would associate with you and Matty, Pete. No offense. Far more likely to have a sheep in the road than a person. Sheep in the road equals. It's the Pete and Matty show this morning. Sheep in the road equals sheep on the barbecue. A few, or a new friend if Dougie's touring Portugal. A few narrow Portuguese roads and all of that embossing will disappear. We said that before, didn't we? I asked Google AI how many Orthodox monastics there are in Greece. The answer was over 2,000. So you can say your number of 2008 pretty much is all of them. I'm interested in the Kia PV5. Let us know if you get any progress with that, Helen. So it looks great. I've had a quick look at it online. It looks good, fantastic. The Kia PV5 Cargo is the first all-electric van that can easily transport my motorcycles. So if and when my Ford retires, I might buy one of those. Very good. And yes, you're being ignored. So sorry to hear that. And if you sell your camper van, how are you going to drive to Madrid and stay in that? It's going to be in the Kia in the future. Am I understanding? Yes, Mel, you got that right, I think. Very good. Blimey, Colin. Yes, the compilation album I did. That's fantastic. Where did we get to? Elizabeth Holmes. Okay, I don't know who that is. Of course, you have to ask for the bill in restaurants. Otherwise, the restaurant is telling you when you're done and get out. Well, that's what happens in America, is it not? You are asked to leave once you had your meal in America. We need this table for other people. I had a configure your PV5 experience. So you did that, Helen. There were no options for the vehicle, just for the warranty and extended insurance. Couldn't even choose the battery size. Come on, Kia, do something about your customer service. Try the cargo version. If I recall, there are some options to choose from, including the battery size. Very good. It's supposed to be universal platform beyond vehicle. Should apply to all models. And parking the car has never been a challenge for me, parallel or otherwise, says Matty. He's like you, probably had a standing ovation outside a bar. I had self-parking on a car I had for 7 years. I used it twice. In Portugal, surely you need the car flip button. If it isn't on the roof, you haven't had an accident, Peter. But in today's world, changing gears is a challenge for a lot of driving license owners. You can hear it when walking next to the road, the graunch of gears, a word my father used to use. I bet it was easier to park the original Panda than the new Grand Panda. The Grand Panda is so much bigger than the original Panda. It comes with its own border control, planning permission, nothing to do with concentrating. Walking. Most steerers is that most streets here have one lane wide. Pedestrians have to share the space and not seen when behind you or around a curve. Yes, that's right. Pedestrians unite. Lots of YouTube vids on the PV5, more informative than the dealerships. They should lend us one. We'd be happy to try that if they would ever deliver on their promises. You can get into a space, just can't get out. And changing gears is not secret. You can hear it, says Matty. Oh, good fun this morning. I'm glad we got our sound issues sorted out, Colin. Great to see you, and thank you for your information. And we'll see you again next month. Is there a final message you have for everybody, or parking, gears, whatever, BMWs?
Just keep safe on the roads, which, it's always expect the unexpected.
Do you know what? You sounded like, some people will remember this. Do you remember, I think, was it Police 5 and Shaw Taylor? And at the end, he would reassuringly say something like, having frightened everybody to death for 30 minutes, he would say, be careful out there, wouldn't he? As though he were a copper. But I don't think he was. He was just pretending to be. So a similar reassuring message from Colin Ross-Jones. This has been Go Motoring Portugal. We will see you again tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye for now. And enjoy your quinta. Ciao, ciao. Thanks, Colin. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need